Hello, track athletes, this is Coach Ewing, and we're going to go over some long jump stuff. Now, in the first week, we just kind of worked on the start, okay? Getting kids to understand the start and the approach, and understanding how to properly do that, because the start is so incredibly important. If you have a consistent start, the theory is that you're going to hit your board, which is what you jump off of in a jump. You never want to go over the board because that's a scratch, even just by that much. So the start is incredibly important, so we spent a lot of time on that start. Then what I want to do to the athletes is just give them some comfort jumping. A lot of times there's not many things that you run full speed and jump in. I mean, the only thing I can really think of is running full speed and jumping into a pool. But even then, you're not supposed to do that because the edge of the pool might be wet, right? You might slip. So there's not a whole lot of things that a lot of people do running full speed and jumping. There just isn't. So what I wanted to do, I should say, in this last practice was to simply get kids comfortable running and jumping. We didn't get into too many mechanical things yet because I wanted to see how their bodies reacted. I wanted to see what feet they jumped off of, when they did jump, and so on. So all it was just running and jumping. Now, there's definitely a lot of things you have to work on here. You have to make sure that you jump off the same foot. You got to make sure you start with the same foot forward and the same foot back, just like you do in the blocks. And you have to make sure that you take off properly with the flat feet. We talked about that in another video from week 1. You want your last 2 steps to be flat, where normally when you run, you're up on your toes or the balls of your feet. And you just want to jump and try to control yourself. Try to hang there for a little while. Don't move a whole lot. If you're moving a lot in air, it's gonna throw off your center of balance or your center of gravity, and you're gonna fall or come down quicker, and you don't want to do that. You want to feel in control at all times. So honestly, all it was as easy as just running and jumping. Let me show you. So we had kids do their start, and then run, try to do the flat, and jump. That's all it is. Again, you want to really control yourself in the air. I'll do one more. Watch how I don't move my upper body at all. My eyes are always forward. I'm not looking down. My body's not here. Everything's here, motionless. Watch again. Same feet. Flat. That's all it is. Now, one thing you gotta really be careful of is you gotta make sure that those flat happen. And this is one of the best drills in it. This is just a short approach jump is what I like to call it. And working on that flat at low speeds helps you to eventually get further back and further back and further back and add more and more speed. And eventually you'll be able to go 100% speed with those flats in the ending and jump properly. Hopefully that made sense. Let me know if you have any questions.